Hi, welcome. Today I'm going to walk you guys through how to get started with INKR Studio. If what you're seeing on your screen is similar to this, then congratulations on creating your first studio. Now let's get to know some of the basic concepts and functions and how we can make use of them to localize and publish our works globally. So as you can see, on the left-hand side here is the overall navigation of your studio. The very first tab is the Home tab, where you can see your latest works once you've created them. You can view your analytics regarding followers and chapter views, and you can track all the latest activities happening on your studio. Under the Home tab is the Works tab. I'm going to go back to this in a little bit. I'm going to go to this one first. So as I set up my studio, I want to get my entire team here so that they can work with me. So as long as I know the person's email, I can click here and I can type in the email to invite my friends to join me. So as the person who created the studio, I'm the owner and that cannot be changed. But everyone that you add in later, they're going to be members by default. You can change this later. You can have as many members or owners as you want. The biggest difference between an owner and a member is that the owner has the ability to customize details in this tab, this customization tab, and members cannot. So what is this tab? All the information here will be reflected on your public page for your readers to see. So only owners can change them. So what can I change? I can change the name of my studio. I can change my avatar. I can add more information such as a bio or social links or donation. I'm going to go back to the most important thing, which is how to get my first comics here to start localizing it. So as you can see here, it's prompting you to create your first project. So what is a project? Right here, we have projects and titles under works. So what are these things? If you click on projects, you can see a short explanation here. Basically, a project is a workspace for your comics. Once you create a project, just give it a name and a language that you want your readers to read your comics in. Then you can start uploading your chapters into that project. And you can localize those chapters or you can make them public so that readers can read right away. But if you want a more official form to publish your content, then you can turn it into a title. And from that point on, you can add more information that are useful for readers, such as genres, age ratings. You can schedule the time for each chapter to be published. And you can, in the near future, monetize directly from your title. So now let's go back to project because we have to create a project first anyway. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to type in the name of this comics. This is actually just a comic that I borrow from our content partners from the store side. Here comes the villainess. So this is the name of my comic. It's going to be a name of my project. So what is this field, the language field? It says English, which is what I want because I want my readers to be able to consume my content in English. So it means that all the project name or description is going to be displayed in English for them. So I'm going to leave it as English and I'm going to click Create Project. So now I'm going to start by giving my project an image, a thumbnail image. I click here and then I pick this image. If I click here, I can add description from my project like this. And now I can proceed with adding my chapters. If I click here on this button, I'm taken to this view where I can start filling in chapters information and then choose folders that I want to upload. And then I'm going to start uploading. So what are the chapters informations here? So at first you can see this is the chapter language field. So what does it mean? It means that this is the language that you created your comics in. So my comics, here comes the villainess, was created in Chinese, in simplified Chinese. So I'm going to choose Chinese. But as you remember from the previous step, when I created my project, I wanted my readers to read in English. So I'm going to turn this switch on, which is translate to other languages. And I'm going to choose the target language as English. And then because I know that Studio have the ability to do all the manual works for me, such as cleaning all the bubbles and filling in all the auto-translated versions. So I'm going to turn on these two switches, autofill translation and clean all transcription. And then I proceed to choose the reading style for my comics. You can choose between page by page, which is similar to all the American comics or manga that we read each page at a time. Or you can choose the vertical format, which is like webtoon. So my comic is in vertical format, so I'm going to choose this. And now I can click here to continue to selecting my folders. Click here and then I have to confirm. Yes. So now I'm here. And the part where I can select the folders that contain my chapter pages to upload. So as you can see on the side, there is a very clear description on the file requirements. Once you've prepared your files and folders in this format, you can start uploading them. You can either drag and drop your folders like this into the browser, or you can click directly to upload. So all my files are correct. There's no issues. I can click on Start Upload now. How long it takes really depends on the number of files or the length of the chapters that you're having. So now all my files are ready to be uploaded. I can click here and here they are. Just note that once you created your project and you've uploaded your chapters, nobody is going to be able to see it right now because this project is currently in private, as you can see here. And these chapters are currently draft, so nobody is seeing it yet. So now you can take the liberty to edit or localize or do anything you want. So I'm going to go into my chapter 1. There will be this onboarding tour, which allows you to understand, explore the tools and what we're doing when you upload your files to INKR Studio. It may take a while for Studio to extract all the metadata for all my pages. Currently, I have 20 pages or 20 files in this chapter, so I'm going to have to wait for a little bit. And this pop-up is going to allow you to continue once at least one page is already done with metadata. I can choose to explore more, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to just skip this part for now. So as you can see, once the metadata extraction is done, then Studio can fill in all of the auto translation for you in bubbles like this. And I can proceed to rewriting or editing my chapters as I want. So if I'm done editing my chapters, then how do I get it available for readers to see? I'm going to have to go here in the status section, and I have to change it from draft to published like this. So now, if I go outside, I can see that my first chapter is published and the second and the third are not. They're still in draft. I have to make the entire project public by clicking here or here. So I'm going to click here and you can see this sharing permission. I have to switch this on so that my project is public for everyone. So I'm going to switch this on. And now I can see it here, all visitors can view only, and I have the option to adjust it. So you can leave it on view only, which is allowing readers to just read your project, your published chapters, or you can allow them to contribute, which means that they can relocalize from your localized project. And don't worry, if they localize from your project, then it's going to become one of their project. It's not going to affect this project of yours, and you will be properly credited. Your original project is going to be credited at the end of the viewer when readers are seeing them. And now that's it. I've made my first project public with 1 published chapters. Readers won't be able to see these things, so it's okay. You can have as many drafts as possible. You don't have to make them all published before you share the project. Here you have a link or a QR code that you can share on your social pages or to your friends. If you have further questions, please drop a comment below and we can address them in later videos. Thank you.